Oh, hi, you guys, and welcome to the last stream of the week. This is the 10th out of 10 games, making 30 hours since we finished work on Friday. Thank you for riding it out with me. Some of you guys I've seen in chat nearly the whole weekend. Rebex, you've been here pretty much every stream, I think. Certainly a lot of them. I really appreciate you guys being here. Ozzy, I know you're often here, sometimes lurking, sometimes active in chat, but I really appreciate you. There's others as well, like Inwill, Stumps hopping around. Really appreciated, you guys. Really appreciated. The monkey faces are here for me. Have you even slept? Yeah, I got about 8 hours this weekend. That's 2 4-hour meditations. That's plenty. Yeah, that's plenty enough. So since you are here are my social links. Discord. Most of you are already in there. They're really fun. Yeah, really fun. Family feel friendly people who are inclusive. They'll teach you D&D if you want teaching. They won't preach to you if you don't want preaching to. And they're just generally, it's just generally a fun place to be. Twitter, if you guys want to get in on a game, send me a DM. I'll get you in the book. Simply that. Done. If you want to catch up, go on the YouTube. Now, admittedly, after this week of streaming, there's going to be a little bit of time to catch up. I'll probably get a couple of episodes uploaded tonight. Then we're looking at probably tomorrow I'll get most of the other ones uploaded. Also, I have a Patreon. If you guys want to support me for as little as $1 a month, please do. It'd be very much appreciated. Your dollars help the stream keep going the way it's going, or maybe even less. I don't know. Maybe if I get enough, maybe I'll do like an inverse thing. Maybe like the more money you give me, the less streams I'll do. I'm joking. You guys support me. It'd be very much appreciated. And finally, I have some merch. Oh, that's not how you spell merch. But that's how you spell merch. And if you guys like the look of the merch, it's like, got my crest on it and stuff. And it's all like notepads and shit. It's, it's cool stuff. You can get that on the Redbubble there. You can get a t-shirt as well. I'm not wearing my t-shirt. It's in the other room in the wash. But they're really cool. Quite good quality. And I went for the basic one, not even the premium one. So definitely worth checking out. Oh, and tweets as well. It's very much appreciated if you guys retweet for me. It's a free way to support the channel. It really helps spread the word and get my name out there. And it's very much appreciated. So, thank you for that. I think that's everything. So, let's go and meet today's players. Oh, hi, you guys. You are live.
Hey.
Hey. So... Players. Today we will be meeting in a tavern. Do you know what? I'm gonna let you guys, as we go round, each of you can add a small fact about this tavern. Things like location, its name, maybe the patrons, the owners, whatever you like. Be creative.
Okay.
So we'll go round clockwise. I'll introduce you as you appear on the stream. So we'll start with web DM Jim, the real Jim Davis. Hi.
Hey, how is everybody? Excited to be here. I am going to be playing Dominic, adventurer scholar, self-taught prodigy, and sort of self-declared expert on all things subterranean and the like. So, what is it about the tarot? This is Tarot's Tavern. Yeah. What if they've got like I think maybe they have a fortune-telling drink of some kind that you drink it and it allows you to catch glimpses of people's futures. It's not very reliable, so you have to drink as much as you can to get any kind of good reading out of it.
Yes. The Mystic Nutmeg drink. It's yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next round the clock, we've got Kyle, Stalwart Geek or Stalwart Initiative, depending on where you find him. Hi.
Hi. Yeah, are we doing character intros or just the tavern?
Character intro. Let us know who you're playing.
Okay. Today I'm going to be playing Fen, who is a water genasi. And I know what you're thinking, but normally the water genasi are drawn to the shores and the open water of the ocean. Not Fen, not me. I'm drawn to the swamp and the lush vegetation and murky water in the swamp. But I'm missing something. I'm missing true love to share it with, to share my swamp with, my little corner. So I'm out looking for true love, and I found myself here at Tarot's, and I found a young lad, a little town boy who's gonna he's telling me he's pitching me this. He can help me find true love, and he's young. He's spry, so he must know people. So yeah. As far as tarot itself, it's pretty dry in here. I'm used to that air, that moistness, and yeah, little dry for my taste, but I'll bear it because Tad seems to be a knowledgeable young man, so we'll go with that.
Is there any particular reason why it's dry? Like, is it a location thing, or
I think it's just Fenn's used to wet everything, so yeah, I think anything in here with between the fire and any torches and just the air in general, unless there's a bunch of heavy breathers in the room, it's probably just dry for his taste particularly.
Okay, cool. So we'll say it's a threasonably normal. We'll throw the fireplace in. There's a big fireplace in the tavern. There we go. So next round the clock, we've got Call of the Deep. Andy, welcome, Andy.
Hello. How's it going?
Very well.
I will be playing the Marquis de Boer. He's a rather foppish gentleman. He's not entirely interested in adventure, but he is interested in diversion, which is why he finds himself here. The tavern keep, some sort of dwarven fellow goes by the name of Coleus, is wearing uncomfortably short trousers.
Yep, certainly. Coleus wearing uncomfortably short trousers all the way up to his waist, like right up. Perhaps the under nipple trouser.
It's quite amusing.
He's grandpa in it.
Fantastic. And next round the clock we have D&D Elise.
Hey everyone, I'm from the RPG Lab, and I'm a Grip of the Green on Twitch. Today I'm playing Tad. He is a goblin cleric, and when he was super tiny, some raiders raided his little goblin cave, so a nice lady raised him and told him he could be anything he wanted when he grew up. So he decided he wanted to be a cleric and save other little Tads. So right now, you'll see Tad in the tavern, kind of like amusing small children with he's using one of his spells to make a little orb for tabaxi children to bat at. And if you notice a big green stain in the corner of the tavern, that's where Tad broke open a big vat of something mysterious on accident.
Okay, and what was that substance? What?
Not sure yet.
Not sure. Okay, I've got an idea. Now, last but certainly not least, around the clock, we have welcome back Kelly Lane. Oh, hi.
Hi. So today I'm playing Griselda. She's a gnome barbarian, and she left home a short time ago to join a mercenary group because she wanted adventure. Her family doesn't really understand her very well. They all like making things and crafting things, and Griselda really just likes breaking femurs, preferably for the good of some poor other creature. But when Griselda walked in this tavern, the first thing she noticed was that the barkeep's wife must have a real heavy hand in decorating. Everything's like pink and sparkly and shiny, and so Griselda's just wandering around looking at all the craftsmanship.
Yep. Perfect. So the entire place covered in glitter and sequins and all sorts of hues of pink. Unfortunately, jokes about the colours are banned in the bar. There's a big sign saying no jokes about colours. Although it's strange, everyone in the pub always laughs in a weird way. They always sort of go hue, hue, hue rather than any other method. So the pub itself, it's a general sort of medieval style pub. You've got long tables, you've got a big fireplace. Next to the fireplace there sits a man. There sits a man in a top hat who is dealing some cards.
I guess Tad will grab his little booster seat and sit it down and sit on it. He's all like, "Hey, I'm Tad. How you doing? What are you playing?"
Oh, I'm not playing a game. No, I tell fortunes.
Ooh, How do I get my fortune told?
Best to go and have a few drinks first. The Mystic Nutmeg, it will, drink enough of it, you'll see your future. Then you come and have a look at my little cards.
Is that an alcoholic drink? 'Cause I think I'm too young to drink.
Oh.
Yeah, the Marquis will sort of amble by with his cane, go, you might have told me before I spent good money on you, sir. I kept making bets, you see.
Oh. And the rest of you, what was, is it Corleo? Corleo? The barkeep?
Oh shit, what do they call him? Coleus, I think.
Corlius. So Corlius at the bar. He's a large man. If you'd like a Mystic Nutmeg, I can get you one of them. You there, sir? Yep.
Yes. And take a Mystic Nutmeg.
Voorhees, go and fetch me one of those. Voorhees is my manservant.
Oh yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one for the boy.
I mean, I know he's not a human and all that, but isn't he a bit young to drink?
Please don't feed the boy alcohol. I'm trying to get him into my employ, and I can't be having him running around here all hibbity-bibbity. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, would you like a drink?
I'll try it. The person that raised me says I should always try things once.
I mean, why bring him to a tavern if he's not gonna have something?
He was already here.
I mean,
Exactly.
a half can't hurt, right? Just a half.
Yes, two of them.
Okay, puts two half pints on the bar.
Alright, like I walk up there and the bar probably comes up to here to me, so you just see these little hands come up and grab them. So, and you hear a little voice be like, "Thank you." You see a little coin up on the
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
I'm saunter over and have a seat by the guy with the top hat, but not quite right up against. Just at being nosy distance. No nutmeg for me.
No nutmeg for you. Okay.
No nutmeg.
So I asked the guy, "Do you know my future now?" I had some.
You have to just give it a little bit of a moment.
Okay, I'm waiting. He sits there.
Griselda's kind of seen what's going on, and she, like, stood by Tad, and she kind of sniffs the drink, and I was like, well. But then,
Do you want some?
no
I
thanks.
have extra. I haven't touched it yet.
The Marquis throws it back immediately.
But I'll watch. And she sits.
How long of a moment? I don't suppose you're going to tell me my future was boring, stood around waiting.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'll tell you what. Why don't I do you a hand? First one's free on the house.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Why don't you? He splays out the cards. Why don't you pick a card?
This one. When do I raise?
No. This is a game of fortune, not literal fortunes, but telling your future. You don't raise.
So what do I win?
Chance, a glimpse into the unknown, a look beyond the veil, a glance at perhaps your demise or your making.
Sounds very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Please continue. Voorhees!
And as you pick the card, Are all of you gathered around at this point?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Spectating him.
He will hold up a card. There are 3 swords on the card. And the card is, oh, this one looks a different design to normal. The card begins to expand a little. Your vision. Swirling. And the tavern sort of fades away. As you are all suddenly standing on a plain field with 3 swords, one in each corner, creating a triangle around you.
Well, shit. There ain't no lady folk here. What'd you do? What, rich man, what'd you do?
I don't quite know. Is this some sort of scam?
Does he still have the card in his hand?
He's gone.
It's
The
just
marquee?
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the marquee. Does it? Oh, did you? He never touched it.
I mean, he might have touched it. Were you holding it in your hand, or did you let him hold it up?
Oh no, let him hold it.
Oh yeah, no, card's
Okay.
gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
What do the swords look like?
Large. They're large stone things, almost looking like statues. Great claymores or buster swords, sort of jutting into the ground. Perhaps one's a long sword, but their size is something of 30 to 40 feet erect into the air.
Oh wow! So they're like enormous swords. Are they all the same?
No,
Or are they different
They're-
blades?
they differ.
Hmm. Well then, Dominic gives this a good think. I'm sort of like seeing if there's anything that he can glean from the perhaps make of these things. He has all kinds of proficiencies. He has proficiency in mason's tools and is a sage. So I don't know if any of those might be useful for this moment.
I mean, you can always have a look.
Yeah, he's gonna look at him and see if there's anything significant he can find.
So, in what way would you like to investigate? Would you like to investigate it from a mason's point of view, or?
Yeah, I'd like construction. Are they petrified remains of something? Are they blocks? Perhaps if there's any arcane significance. He's just going to do a bit of investigating along those lines. Not touch anything. Just kind of like look and consider, think.
Okay, so the first sword you approach, it is a large stone and granite, sort of ancient stone thing. There's lots of igneous and sedimentary rocks in there. You're looking at it, it looks as though it was originally constructed to be part of a statue. The ground around it is blackened. And as you get closer, things almost seem to get darker. More sad, macabre.
Well, this one's making me depressed. Some sort of trick of it.
So
Back off from it.
you wager this one's not too kind.
There's a sense of despair about it. Darkness. See the way it has spoiled the ground around it.
Should we investigate the other ones to see if they have like a similar experience, I guess?
Yeah, I'll just follow the scholarly looking fellow around because this is beyond me.
Yeah, if anyone wants to follow Dominic, how far apart are the swords? Like, how much space do we have?
It's about a 30-foot equilateral triangle.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll walk up and I'll start to sort of tapping against one of them with my cane.
So is it a different sword to the one that Dominic investigated?
We'll see, yeah.
Okay, so let's say you walk to the one to the left of it, maybe? Yeah, this is the large buster sword sitting in the ground. Similar sort of size. This one looks like some sort of metal. And how are you tapping it?
Just sort of weakly. not even like he's not even really trying to find anything out. He's just sort of trying to make it look as though he's doing something
Okay. So do you like tap it with your cane or with your hand or
with the cane.
the cane? As you tap it with the cane flies away from it as though it's been pushed.
Voice. And I'll click my fingers at it to go get him to fetch it up. I'll take it off him. No thanks.
I think
This
Tad
one seems to hate canes. It's clearly not very fashionable.
Hmm.
I'll amble over and stand behind one of these creatures that I seem to be stuck here with.
Tad might approach and see if there's any, like, I guess, like, religious symbols or any sort of writing or art that, or symbols that might be indicative of what created or put these here.
Which sword? One of the ones already investigated, or the one that hasn't yet?
I guess the one where the group's standing. So that second one.
Okay. So the second one, the one that pushed the Marquis away. It does. There is a symbol at the top. Could you roll me something to try and decipher it?
Would that be like a perception or an insight?
Up to you. Possibly religion or insight. Maybe even investigation.
Oh, okay. I could do religion's fine, or I could do insight. I'll do insight. So 12 plus 4, 16.
16.
Oh, 16. Yeah.
On a 16, you can tell that this is a goblin rune, which isn't very common. So maybe it's not a goblin rune. Maybe it's actually dwarvish, but they look similar. It means rejection.
Can I look at the other two to see if they have a similar symbol?
They do not.
Okay. And I kind of tell the group what I saw. Just be like, I see a symbol of rejection, but the other ones have different symbols.
Now, Tad, you promised me that you could help me find my true love. I don't need rejection in my life right now. Is there any way we can steer over towards the other one that we don't know about?
No, I think at this point, Griselda's like, well, so that one's depressed and that one's angry. One of these has to be kind of happy. So she starts marching over to the third one to take a look.
Yeah. So the third one, it stands again made of stone, but it's got a watery effect as liquid is running down it, shimmering along the blade and along the edge. This is the long sword, or it could be a very large dagger. It's difficult to tell with the point sticking into the ground.
Oh, this is more to my liking. I'd like. Can I just obliviously walk up and put my hand on it so the water runs down my hand?
Yes.
Or so I see if it's water.
Red fluid licks across your hands.
Well, that's not water. That's nope. Okay. Anything peculiar going on with it? Anything floating in the red water of goodness?
No.
Well, this ain't very fucking happy either, is it?
Having touched all three, a scene is going to unfold around you. Let's roll a d5 around the clock.
Good. Here comes the happy part, I'm sure.
I've lost my chapbook. Sorry.
It's marionettes. Start dancing around here.
Number 5. Kelly, Griselda. Could you please describe for us a moment in Griselda's life where she has been in pain? Emotional or physical?
So probably the one that's going to be the most poignant to her is when she actually left home. So Griselda has a big family and she loves she's the middle child of 12. She loves all of her siblings, but she knew that she couldn't stay anymore. She didn't fit in. She felt like an outcast. And so as she decides to leave home, she's got her backpack on and she goes in into her house and tells them that she's like, I'm leaving. I have to go figure out where I belong, and I don't know when I'll be back. And so, and she starts to cry, and all of her siblings are crying, and she spends all this time saying goodbye to each one before turning her back on them all and walking out the door.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Fantastic. And did you become
Wow,
happy
all this gold is
following
for
this?
me?
Thank you very much to Charlie, who donates to give advantage to both Jim and Andy.
So I think that like sadness kind of would have followed her for a little while, but she was excited to leave. She was ready to be doing the next thing. So she kind of marches off, kind of excited about adventure.
And that scene sort of unfolds around you outside the swords. So all of you will see the described, sometimes using images to convey emotions that aren't otherwise visible.
Just big MSN emoticons.
Interpret them as you will. It would appear in ways that you can understand. So yeah, if that's your thing. Yeah.
It'd have to be like the crying cat one, though, not like the crying normal person.
Got it.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm a little mad at these swords. I didn't want you guys to see that. I didn't want to see that again.
Really put your business out on the street, didn't it? My.
I'll tap Voorhees. Voorhees, comfort her.
Thanks.
Look at him try. Wow.
That's nice of you to think of me.
So, okay. So that just randomly happened to her. So now what do we have?
I thought this guy was supposed to be telling us the future.
Something happened. Are we trapped here? I wonder. I think I might have like a little something. I don't know, is there like a rock or something on the ground?
Can be, yeah.
Sure.
That seems reasonable.
Find one and see if Dominic can throw it outside of the triangle that we're all in.
It lands on the other side.
Can I try and make out the other symbols to see if I can understand them?
Yeah, so the main one is the rejection rune. The other two, they will have different runes. One will be in Celestial, if anyone can understand it, and the last in Draconic.
I understand Celestial.
Celestial. So that is the first sword that Dominic investigated. The rune means much like kanji can mean several things. It literally means sadness to bring on joy.
How delightfully cryptic.
Hmm.
I suppose you could translate that to necessary pain.
Hmm.
What if we try to topple over this one so it hits the rejection sword?
Wouldn't that make it fly right back at us?
I have no idea. I intend to stand behind the other sword.
Seems like a final destination kind of thing that would trigger.
It seems very dangerous. What about this other rune?
I'm not sure. I don't recognize it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Me
Anyone
neither.
else? I don't recognize it.
Can anyone read this? like pointing up.
Yeah, what does it look like?
Jeeves, can
Yeah,
you
what
read
language
this?
is it in?
Sorry, what was that, Tab?
Oh, what language is it in?
Draconic.
Draconic.
Oh, yeah, I don't speak that. I think I just speak like Goblin and Common.
Over to Marquis manservant. Jeeves, can you read this? Do you understand that?
He sort of looks at it and just shakes his head.
Thing is, I deliberately, I was about to pick comprehend languages, and I went, no, that's too useful, and I went and picked hideous laughter so I could compel people to laugh at my jokes.
Yeah. Compel the sword.
I'm not sure what it is. Okay. I feel
So
like
we know, we know pain. And the other one says just repel. That's all it says.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
This one here makes us sort of feel aggressive. This the draconic one.
It's the bloody one.
It's
I think
bloody-
it just sort of made you look ghastly and dirty.
Ah,
I mean, you guys can investigate closer if you like. There's more than just the rune about it.
yeah.
Okay. I might get close and hold out my hands and see if I like sense anything, I guess, emanating from it.
Well, you can certainly check out that fluid running down it. Emanating from it, there's another one of them dark emotions. Something not right.
And I guess what kind of emotional feeling am I getting?
Anger.
Ooh. Tad's ears go down like, oh. And what does he see running down the thing? He might take his little sword and like a little bit of it and look, see what's coming off of it.
Yeah, sure. How would you like to have a look?
So he'll take his little sword and just kind of like let a little bit of the liquid get on the sword and then like bring it close to take a look at what's on the sword. Maybe sniff it.
It has a sort of metallic smell to it.
Oh, that's weird. And I hold it up. I'm like, do any of you guys know what this is? And what color is it?
Red.
Ooh, oh, it's red too. Is this the same as the other ones?
Is it clearly blood?
Yes.
Yeah, is it blood?
Oh, and he like wipes it off in the grass because he's like, that's disgusting.
Well,
What's beyond these three swords that have us that encompass our area? Like
Just plains.
just black
Plains.
plains?
Yeah.
Is there any gaps between them that we could just kind of walk through?
Yeah.
All right,
Can we
I'm
see
gonna
anything?
leave.
Can you see anything like sticking up on them, like the swords?
yeah, nothing else of note we can see.
No, nothing of note really.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna walk around, the between the bloody one and the repel one. I'm done with this. This is too much intellectual.
This is really
Stimulating.
depressing.
I'm doing like my goblin stalk behind him. Like, I got your back. It's okay.
You feel like the freaks wearing off.
And meanwhile, you can see Griselda next to Tad, like. taunting her.
We make a great team. High five.
So as Fen steps first out of the triangle of swords, another image appears in the sky around you all. This time of a small garden, with a small mound at the base of the garden.
Well, I need to tend.
Bowls.
Need to tend to my garden. I've been gone too long. I need to keep going. Is it like preventing me from going any farther while this is going on?
But as you step away, the sky begins to turn like an orangey color, and then a deeper orange, and then a pink, and then a darker pink, and then it sequins, and then it glitters.
Ah,
And as you look back down, you're all back in the pub.
yes.
Tad's just like, wow.
Is the bloke with the cards there?
Yes, hello. The three of
I-
clubs.
I do not care for your game much, sir. Good
Sorry.
day. Let's stand up and talk.
A
Before
lesson.
he is insult the man.
You can. He says, a lesson to be learned. That's the free of clubs. A lesson to be had.
Indeed. Is it the power of the card or the drink that does that?
Does what? Sorry.
Takes us where we went.
That sounds like the drink.
Ah.
I didn't partake in any drinking.
Yes, not all of us did.
Yeah, so I don't know, sir. Your scheme is
Okay,
intriguing.
Can I
It's in-
insight check him?
Yeah, sure. Give me an insight check.
That's terrible.
Some
Unless
people-
I can take advantage on that.
Yeah, no. Some people are open books that you can read at a mere flick of the pages. This game's keeper is not one such. His leather-bound sheets are closed.
I find this a large waste of time. I have important matters to attend to. Good day, sir.
You're looking for true love. This is a fortune teller. What better place than to find your heart's desire?
Well, I found a gaping black sword that wanted to probably suck the life out of us. A repelling sword that is, by definition, not what I'm looking for. And a Bloody Mary sword that is sure to give me some kind of infection. So I think all the propositions this man just showed me doesn't really apply to what I'm looking for.
Maybe that wasn't yours.
Yeah,
Maybe it
sure.
was one of us.
There's like
So
50-something other cards. You know?
And
so
if you're
you-
looking for love, sir, I know somewhere that is quite affordable.
Oh no, not that. Not that kind of. That kind of love it cheapens and soils the experience. I want a woman who wants to roll around the swamp with me.
Ghastly.
Well, man, I'm not particular. I'm just looking for love. I'm not, not biased. Looks at you, Dominic. You ever wrestled a gator?
It's entirely possible that one of us is indeed your true love. And through whatever one of these cards we find, we might learn that truth. And Dominic sort of like refreshes his drink. And if it's up, I don't mind picking a card.
Only the first card is free. It'll be 5 silvers.
Ace fee.
Oh, you got to pay for that kind of experience.
So he shuffles the card around and offers you the deck.
Oh, which one do I pick? Here. I'm gonna pick the 4th one from my left.
He turns the card over. The card is a picture of a white tower that stands tall above the land. It is being struck by lightning as detritus flies around it.
Intense.
Oh, the tower. And again, you feel sucked into the card. This time rapidly, it doesn't expand outwards. You all just... And you stand at the foot of this tall tower. Frozen in time as it's been struck by lightning.
Huh.
Ugh.
Tad
No.
takes a drink.
So it's like,
The Marquis suddenly finds us amusing again.
the top of this tower's destroyed?
Not destroyed. Being destroyed?
Hmm.
In a moment of peril.
It's almost as if we were talking about lightning striking close to us earlier, and it's kind of coming back to haunt us.
Oh my goodness. You can almost feel it in the air. Dominic feels strangely compelled to approach whatever door or entrance to this tower there might be.
And
Follow him.
as you approach the door of the tower, it's as though time winds backwards. The detritus settles and the lightning retracts. And this tower is a bastion of safety. It's feels warm to the touch, just ever so slightly, as though it feels like a half fire burning sort of behind things. Not damaging, but comforting. And a large light at the top is burning, producing light like a lighthouse.
Meanwhile, in the actual pub, you're walking directly into the fire.
Right. On fire. Somebody roll him in the carpet.
And bacon.
And there is a door or other entryway.
Yeah, there's a door. Yeah, you can go and head right on in.
Is it locked?
No, if you try the
Just
handle,
test
it will
it, yeah.
it'll just open right on up.
Well, it's into this tower that's about to be struck by lightning. And Dominic steps inside.
Yeah, I'll follow.
This is more like it. Happiness, warmth, adventure, new friends.
See? Even if you don't find true love, you found each other. Anyway.
Yeah, true love in a tower that's gonna implode on us.
Dominic steps through, hopefully not to his doom.
No, there is a kitchen in this room. There is a nice wooden floor on the ground. The stones on the inside are rough cut compared to the whitewashed stones outside. A small fire burns in the hearth, and there is a kettle boiling above it.
Tad has flashbacks to the stolen oven.
All right. Walk inside.
I just look at Voorhees. Like I don't know anything about this kind of room. He knows his way about it. I expect him to do whatever it is that he does in these rooms.
Cup of tea, Marquine.
Splendid.
He goes and fetches a cup and starts pouring some tea.
Mr. DeBoer, can you share your manservant for a moment? Can he fetch me a cup of tea as well?
Tea for everyone.
Oh, very generous of you. Thank you.
Oh, very welcome.
He's very spry for being 180.
Tad's sniffing the air. He's like, is there food in here?
Do you want to give me a perception on that? A smelling check?
Sniff check.
Smell check.
Check out his goblin olfactory. So that's 11 on die. And you said perception?
Yes.
Okay. That is 13.
Yeah, on a 13, you can smell from a cupboard on the opposite side of the room from the fire. There is some salted sort of meats back there.
So Tad kind of points at the cabinet. He's like, "Ooh, may I?"
The Marquis says, "Be my guest."
Oh, and there's someone in the tower other than us?
Is there an inhabitant or anything?
You can't hear anyone. I mean, certainly not in this room.
Oh, it's the manservant talking. I thought there was someone in the tower. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. I totally go for it because goblins get hungry, and he's like, "So what does he pull out? Like, what does he see when he grabs the whatever's in the cupboard?"
Yeah, there's a side of beef in there. There's some pig in there that's been cut down a bit. They've been working on the pig mostly. There's a few hams. You can also see some breads in there and cheeses towards the back of the cupboard.
Oh, he grabs out a tray and he's like, "Bread, cheese, ham," and he's like eating some. He's like, "You guys want some?"
Boys, when you're finished, prepare a meal.
He starts placing the tea around on a tray.
And as I'm doing this, do I notice anything out of the ordinary in this room?
How would you like to check that?
Like, do the cabinets look like normal cabinets, or kind of like that? I guess so.
You give me another perception.
Okay. 17 plus 2, 19.
On a 19, everything seems okay. The cupboards look normal. The larder, the food is fresh. There's nothing hidden or mysterious about it. The tea is also fresh. It tastes good. It's not spoiled or anything. There's even a jar of honey on the table if you wanted to flavor your tea.
Oh, nice. And are there any like stairs or doors leading to anywhere else?
Yes, there are stone stairways spiraling around the outside like a traditional lighthouse.
So Dominic's going to take the tea that Voorhees gave him and just set it down, and he's not going to eat. This is magic food. Not having any of it. I think he's going to try to creep up the stairs. and see what else is up here. Not
Griselda,
necessarily
like,
avoiding anyone else. If anyone wants to come, they're welcome.
Griselda
Dominic.
would look around and see if there's any writing. She's like, there was writing at the last place. There's like anything decorating the walls or
A big skull and crossbones on the kettle that just says poison and
Anything, you'll be here forever.
There is a note tacked to the larder door that Tad would have unnoticed in his excitement about the food. But the note says in a flourished hand, "I love you."
Kind of like your dream, Mr. Dominic. Where the fuck are you going? Thought we were hanging out. This is good. Oh. Yeah. All right. Let us know if you need a hand.
Yeah.
See, we told you we might find love here, Fen.
I love tea. I do love tea.
So as we leave the four of you downstairs, is it just Dominic going upstairs on his own?
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
Tad follows. Okay, so Tad and Dominic.
And Griselda follows.
Okay.
Sitting around isn't what she does.
Okay, so as you go up, there is another room up here with a bed. It is directly, there is a large glass window that goes around most of the thing, facing out to sea. The sea wasn't there when you was outside, but it is here now. You can see roiling sea crashing against the rocks, and above you the light shines. And a storm is rolling in.
Oh, well.
Well, that wasn't there before.
Yeah, are there any ships out in the sea?
No ships.
Could that storm have been what made the place go boom earlier? Should we maybe
Possibly.
tell the guys downstairs and maybe leave?
I was going to say, can they hear like howling wind or any stormy noises upstairs?
Yeah.
Downstairs, no. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
You feel
Oh.
entirely safe, warm, fed.
Is there anyone upstairs, like in the lighthouse proper?
In above, in the where the light is, you can hear a woman's voice. Just for a moment, it softly says, "I love you, Jack."
Ma'am, you have to get out of there. The storm is dangerous. The lighthouse will not survive.
No response.
Is that? We're like talking through a door, I guess.
Yeah, there's like there's a little ladder that leads up to where the light is, where you can service it up there.
Tad, can I lift you up and if you can see what's up there?
Yeah.
All right, I'll boost Tad up on my shoulders.
I try to climb up.
There is up here the large lighthouse brazier that is burning. In front of it, there is a small plinth and 2 rings sit on it.
Oh, what's a plinth? Sorry.
Like a small like stone table.
Oh, okay. And do I see that woman up here?
No sign of a woman.
I yell down, "I don't see anyone up here." And I yell out, ma'am, are you up here? Something bad's about to happen to the tower. We have to go.
No.
No response.
No response.
Is there any other doors or stairs or closets or anything? Or is that it?
No, this is so you've got a balcony outside, and just inside you've got this glass with the brazier burning.
Okay. And nothing else up there?
Nothing else up there.
So I head back down, and when I head back down, do I notice if that storm's getting closer or not?
Funny you mention it. As you begin to head back down, as you turn your head away, suddenly lightning arcs in, smashing the glass and catching the rings. The rings shatter, shattering the plinth. The floor shatters away from you. Everyone downstairs feeling safe, eating food, having drinks, warm drinks in front of a fire. Suddenly everything becomes cold as steel and concrete and fire rains on you.
I'll crawl underneath the table.
No, we're good. We're safe, right? Mark, the guys that are downstairs, we don't feel any of that?
Oh,
Or is
no,
it
no.
just
It comes down onto you guys downstairs, who all feel very safe. And with that, I'd like you all to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I don't think I like your shit anymore, sir. I liked your future.
Oh dear.
Yes.
15.
Okay, so anyone who rolls higher than a 10, you wind up back in the pub on your feet. Anyone who rolls lower, you either end up on the floor or in a chair.
Okay.
Whew. Everyone all right?
So Griselda falls and she hits the floor real hard. She's like, oh.
Yeah, Verhees just kind of helps me up. Other than my dignity, I'm fine.
Your card dealer, he says, oh, what's going on? Are you all right?
Lighthouse. Thunderstorm.
No, the tower. Tower, a misconception of safety.
Hmm. That
That's
sounds
your
accurate.
future.
Misconception of safety. Perhaps others who feel safe around me.
I don't feel safe anymore. Your fucking future sucks. Where's everybody else
Boy
at? They didn't
towers.
come back. They didn't come back with us this time. Look at the guy with the top hat.
Oh,
Where's the other people?
everyone lands together.
Oh, I thought you said that less than 10 didn't.
No, you land in the pub, but on a chair or on the floor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's merely
Just
how you arrive.
the delicacy of the landing. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, scratch that then. All right. Well, let's barrel on through this. I'm sorry to hear about your future, Mr. Dominic. I guess I'll do this. See ya.
He sort of like puts his hand on the deck. Some of you are looking a little pale. Maybe you should take a short break. I don't want to upset you.
Nonsense! This is fun again. Please, I'll throw him some coins.
Are you all sure? I don't want to upset anyone.
I feel quite fine, Mr. Car Dealer.
Excellent.
Now, is there any good ending to this? I mean, is anything insightful, Mr. Dominic? Do you think you took anything away from that?
Yes, it will avoid lighthouses during thunderstorms.
Yes. All right. That's invaluable. Sure. Yeah. All right. Since the Marquis already threw down some coins, I'll draw one of those brutal reminders of horrible existence.
Excellent. So as you draw a card, could you please roll me a 1d22?
Okay.
Is this essentially the deck of many things this guy's got?
That is like a nice
I
command.
feel like with the deck, you always have like wraiths and like crazy things come up, or it's like, oh, you're suddenly super rich. Like a
Yeah.
variant deck, deck of
Papa.
Olympians or something.
All right. Well, what's this one, sir?
As you take this card, what is Fenn's chosen choice of hunting weapon or defensive weapon?
He usually used plant life and the water to defend himself when need be. He has a quarterstaff with him, but he doesn't really use it all that often. It's more
So
for
you draw a Queen of Hearts, holding a key.
Okay. Well, this woman's lovely. She has a key to my heart already, and she. I mean, come on.
In your hands, a quarterstaff appears.
Thought I left this over in the corner. I look over in the corner where I left my quarterstaff.
Your staff is there.
Oh, is this an upgrade?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe is this like one of them sticks you hold up to find water? You can hold up to find a queen of my heart, right? I hold it up and I kind of point it around.
Points of Voorhees.
Well, hello there. I know we don't have much time, Mr. Voorhees, but I'd like to get to know you. Okay. Is this my future? I'm gonna get old as shit and wind up being loved to a manservant? I won't have it, Mr. Car Dealer. I won't have it. I want another card.
Certainly, please draw another.
Fucking staff. Okay. Draws another.
Roll me another 1d22.
Okay. As I'm looking at the card, I'm also looking at the staff. Like, is there anything special about it? Does it have any markings on it? Does it have,
Yeah, you can. How do you want to investigate it?
Okay.
I mean, like, how do you want to? Were you looking for like magical? You were just investigating for like.
I'm not really magical guy, so just looking it over. Like, does it look like it's special in any way? Markings, writing, runes, gems.
Yep, runes on it. Runes at each end. Glow faintly.
Yeah. Oh, they glow. Well, hell, this is nice. All right, cool. Shake it.
No, nothing happens. As you draw a second card, you draw a 2 of clubs.
Yeah.
Can you roll me a 1d4, please?
Oh my! This is surely to be better than a staff. Surely.
A 1. Perfect. Your intelligence is permanently decreased by 2, but you may draw another card.
Ooh. Little slack jaw now. Okay. Well, let me bring myself down a peg. All right. Well. All right. Excuse me. Card dealer. Can you give me something to give me a card that's not gonna give me such a headache, please? Come on, third time's a charm. I want to touch it with my staff. You lay it on the table there. I'll let you draw it. You lay it on the table. I'm gonna touch it with my glowy staff now. I'll call it my pixie stick.
Okay. Yeah. I'll put this one down for you. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Touch it. Mm-hmm.
But when you touch it, nothing particularly happens. Would
No.
you like to flip it?
Yes, I'll reach down and flip it. I ain't got time for this.
As you turn over the 2 of spades, your mind suffers a strange scenario. As though the intelligence drops just hit you, you get a searing headache that goes from the front of your head to the back. Suddenly the room blacks out for a second, then winks up, and then disappears again, and you look at everything slightly differently. If you are particularly lawful or chaotic, it will flip. If you are good, you will become evil. If you are true, neutral, or unaligned, this card does nothing to you.
Okay. I'm lawful neutral, so I'm chaotic neutral now?
I think so.
Okay. So there's no more processes for anything. Everything's fucking okay. Got it. Marquis, I don't look. Whatever. All right. Somebody else want to take a turn? I'm striking out here. I'm gonna go over and take a look at this fucking consolation prize they gave me on the first draw. Queen of fucking keys, hearts. I'm gonna go sit over and sulk in a chair close by and kind of watch somebody else go do it. And I'm gonna be trying to examine the staff thing.
And is the rest of the group aware of what happened to him on the last card draws, or do we just hear what he said conversationally? I'm guessing.
How much do you give away, then?
On the card draws, well, the second one, I just thought it was just gave me a headache, and now I just feel a little bit duller.
I
my
just
intelligence
happened.
think the Marquis would have seen that he got a stick, and that he was disappointed that he didn't get another one. And he's interested enough just to snap up a card and see what happens.
Okay. You draw a 9 of swords. It is a dark card with a sword running along the back. A person kneels in front of them, in tears, as the swords sort of pop out of the card into your vision, slowly pierce the person's back, retract again, and then dissipate. And all of you are in a room with a bed. It's nighttime outside.
Oh, great. At least you get something that does something. All right. Dominic, what do you suppose is the conundrum here?
Room at night.
Oh,
Should we
Goblins
check
are-
the drawer for like a diary or something to see whose
Yeah.
room it is?
How well appointed is the room? Is it like a rich bedroom? Is it like a sort of pallet bed and straw stuffed mattress type deal?
It's not. It's probably an average to middling sort of size room. You've got a reasonably nice bed. It has bedding. It's not just like a pallet. There's a dresser table there, but there's nothing on or in the dresser table or under it even. The room is very plain, though well painted.
Hmm.
Is there any more like notes on the door or windows?
You can give me a check if you want to look around.
Sure.
Ooh, on a 19, you can see around the bed frame there are claw marks and scratches.
Very carefully lifts up the thing.
Is there a door out of this room?
There is not.
Can Tad look under the bed, I guess, to see if anything's... Because that's where the claw marks were?
Yeah, under the bed, there is nothing.
I'm just like, all clear here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I take a look at the claw marks to see if they look familiar at all? And tell if they're like big claw, little claw, half hoof. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you give me some sort of check for that? Maybe nature or...
Survival?
Survival, yeah, survival works.
17. 17.
They look like the like fingernail sort of marks on the side of the bed.
Does this room... What's this? Does this room strike me as odd?
Is there
Oh.
a sex swing?
There's 3 of them. That just seems absurdly overkill.
No, there is not.
Wow. Okay. Does this? Can I look around the room and see if anything catches my attention?
Griselda goes and sits on the bed. While she's watching everybody else do all this.
There's a lightning strike outside, and you hear a woman cry out.
Window?
Well, a damsel.
It's
Oh,
as
no.
though she's in the room with you.
Oh, she's crying out in here. Oh, well.
That is disconcerting.
Hmm. Is there a spirit with us, I wonder?
Is she single? Spirit from beyond. Do you have a ring on your finger?
The more Fen talks, the louder she wails.
I think she likes you.
Yes.
No, let's not jump to conclusions now, Mr. DeBoer. I appreciate the optimism. Oh, I'm gonna sit over here and straighten my outfit here in case she shows up.
Hmm. Is there anything on the floor? There wasn't.
How would you like to investigate that?
I mean, I guess what I'm looking for actually is like, is there a way to maybe see a disturbance on the floor? Like if there's a lot of dirt and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's mostly what it's looking at.
Okay, cool. And do you think that feels like a survival check?
Probably a survival check, yeah. Sort of
Yeah.
like prints or tracks or something. Let's
Yeah,
see.
okay.
Survivals. Not the. Oof.
Oh.
Yeah.
On a 7, the floor is dirtier than the walls.
Something's in here.
Can I have a look around the sort of perimeter of the room, just like feeling on the walls to see if if there was a doorway and it's been bricked up or something and then painted over, or
You can certainly look, yeah.
I'd very much like to leave this place. I'm getting the creeps.
Can we pinch ourselves to wake up? And Tad pinches himself really hard.
I'm gonna attempt to dive through the window.
Oh god.
just straight up.
Just stand up. I was straightening myself, and then just realized this is really creepy. And
Like a lucid dream.
yeah,
Missile drop kick to victory.
Okay, Fen, you can indeed try that. On a 10, the Marquis, you see, you can indeed see on the wall that there are marks and patches, and if you knock in certain places, it is hollow and solid. How are you diving out, Fen?
Yes, and just poof,
Okay.
up, straight dive, full body weight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plank in the middle of the air. I'm gonna try. I might get
I
caught.
think he had too much of the drink.
I think I'm just gonna let you have that one. Fen dives out of the room. As Fen gets out of the room, let's see. Marquis de Bauer. A woman appears. Her fingernails clutch at your trousers. She's on her knees. Blood leaks from her face and hands, and she cries, "No!"
Just clutching at my trousers, a bloody woman.
Yeah.
Ah! Boys! I'll sort of swatting at her with the cane.
As Voorhees comes to remove her, she fades. The 9 swords appear again, swirling. Stab her in the back. She goes limp. And again, the pub fades back into vision. Fen is with you again.
These are strange visions.
Oh, you guys killed it. You guys killed the beast.
That's
Do you think there's more? Should I draw one?
Yes,
They're
it
starting.
He goes up there and puts down a coin. He's like, I'm ready for my future. What do you got?
I don't think I like my future.
And I'm sure he's super short, so his little hand comes over the table.
Okay, so what, do you pull the card down so you can see? Or do you
Yeah,
just tap
'cause I'm
one
short.
and let him see?
I'll pick it up and look at it.
Okay, do you want to show everyone else what it is? Or are you just
Oh
looking
yeah,
at
I'll
it?
show the group. I'll show everyone. Look what I got. So what I see.
A skull on a field of midnight blue, a long cape, a scythe.
Oh boy, the Reaper.
Oh,
This
really?
can't be good.
This doesn't look like a good thing.
My mom used to tell me stories about this when I was a kid. It never ends well.
You appear. The room seems to buckle and fold as the walls just fold down. You are and reveal fences in their place. There is swampland around you, and the garden has mounds at the bottom of the garden. Maybe flower beds, or maybe something else.
Real. Ooh, do we see any like gravestones or markers on the mounds?
Sorry.
Oh, any headstones or markers on the mounds, or like the circle of rocks?
No.
We've seen this garden before, yes?
It looks a little familiar.
Does it
Look
so
up.
it look like the one we briefly saw before?
Look, I'm normally a very high proponent for swamps. Big fan, huge fan, fucking huge, right? But look, death and sickle. There's probably nothing here but fucking death and sickles and skulls. So, can we find like the exit door somewhere else?
I agree with the swamp man.
And I ask, was the garden by the lighthouse? Do you think the people who didn't make it in the lighthouse ended up over there? And he points at the mounds.
You might be onto something. Is in the garden that we're in, is it like a walled garden? Can we sort of see what's out and around?
I mean, I see it as like sort of like a swamp garden, so I imagine it's more like maybe like a sort of picketed fence or maybe some chicken wire fencing, that sort of thing.
Okay.
You believe there's some sort of common thread linking this madness?
Yeah, maybe jumping through time, maybe.
Something, yes.
I wonder what
Yes.
happened to the lady.
Yes, I would very much like to reject her from being anywhere near my trousers.
I guess can I investigate the mounds and see if
Now, investigating the mounds is a vague description.
okay, I don't want to dig because I don't want to
Okay.
look up what's in there. So I could take a look and see. Do I see any like shovel marks, like someone like dug out of this pile to put there, like a pile of dirt at the side, or do I see like some festive garden bulbs planted in there that are sprouting?
Yeah. Is it a compost pile or a grave?
Yeah.
So the first three are covered in compost, and the last one looks a bit of a fresher mound. The earth is still recently overturned.
See a cane snake out in front of you and just wiggle at it. Voorhees, excavate that mound.
Oh boy, I gotta step back a little bit.
I don't, sir, Mr. Marquis, sir, I don't recommend that. It's not. You're gonna find. You're not gonna like what you find. You're not gonna like what you find.
I very much think you're probably quite correct, but I do not really want to stay around here too much longer. So whatever is going to happen can happen to Voorhees, and then we can just leave.
I appreciate your willingness to have Mr. Voorhees handle business for us, but rule of thumb, skull, sickle cards usually mean, yeah, you don't. We probably need to leave this area, not sit here and poke at the bear.
And I
Can we
like your
leave?
plan. Voorhees, put down the shovel.
Should we just try to walk out of the garden? What do you think?
I'd recommend because that looks bad.
Anything?
Nothing bad's happened to us yet.
Oh yeah, sure.
Tad was struck by lightning. It was right there. Nothing. Just came right back.
It's poofed back.
Yeah.
Crashed through a window with no scratches.
Look, none of those cards had a fucking skull on it.
They swords.
Out of curiosity, have I still got bloody trousers?
No.
Oh.
No lasting impressions.
I want to see what's in the grave.
Okay. Let's do it.
You're gonna be
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So are you letting Voorhees do this, or are you?
Dominic
How
gets
about-
his hands dirty.
How about we start with the one over there that's not like the three things that might pop up at the same time? How about we go to that one? The one that I'm sorry, the narrator said that there was that there was one that's different over there. Let's take a look at that one first.
Yes, the freshly turned one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna back away, way away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll pull out a spade. Start.
Yeah. Tad's got a sword and he's like, we got this.
Yep. It's not long until you hit a root. It's really solid in there.
Is it a root or a bone?
Well, on investigation, I could possibly tell you.
You know, if we would like scrape the shovel across it, does it seem like a rock or something else?
It doesn't feel like a rock. It definitely feels sinewy, like a root or something organic.
gonna pull the spade out. Is it bloody?
It's
Am I
bloody.
in a body? Am I in a body?
It's bloody.
Okay, I think we
No.
found a body. And
Disgusting.
try to gently exhume whoever's in there.
Well, as you are gently exhuming this arm, on the other side of the mound, the second arm pokes through the soil.
And the monkey immediately starts shrieking. High pitch
Fall back.
wail of terror.
It is a female-looking hand with a ring on its finger.
It's that woman.
It's that woman again.
Look,
This
it's your
way.
date.
The other three mounds also have their left hands protrude through.
Oh god. I guess turn undead.
None of them have rings, though. But they have tan lines where a ring should be. And that sort of impresses on you as the hands seem to grow in your vision and dissipate back into the pub.
At least it must feel solid.
While the vision's still fresh, were they masculine or feminine?
All
hands?
feminine.
Hmm.
Oh man, it's like King Henry VIII all over again. Oh boy.
I'd like to immediately upon returning, I'd like to take, go up to the guy with the top hat, the card dealer. He has 25 gold to not. Yeah, I'll wait for him to get his hat on if you want.
Yep.
We caught him on break. We caught him on break. I don't want to.
He's outside having a cigarette. He rushes back in.
It's a union break. I understand. So go up to him. I will give you slide 25 gold. I'll give you 25 gold to pick up your operation and get out of here and not put anyone else through this misery ever again in this tavern, please.
Yeah, go and sell weapons to Leon Kennedy.
I mean,
And can I?
I can do if that's what you want.
This is gonna kill somebody.
Can I
Griselda, when she comes back, she's immediately gone up to the bar and put down her coin and said, "Give me some of that smelly stuff,"
Yeah.
and knocks it back like a shot.
Yep.
And goes up and interrupts this little kerfuffle happening. And she goes, "We haven't gotten hurt, and I want to know what happens. Give me a card."
Ma'am, I'm sorry. He looks down at her. I'm very sorry. I don't mean to destroy your fun, but I don't think it's a happy ending. I don't think this is that kind of, that kind of experience here. I think it's a bad ending. I get the heebie-jeebies.
And
Undead.
You can go eat your jeebies over there.
has Tad seen this tower or the lighthouse or the garden in town before? Is this a real place? This may impact how I respond to what's going on.
So you mean the garden that we just recently saw?
Yeah, have I seen this stuff in town before?
No, this isn't from around here.
Okay, so I just let them
This
continue.
is from the swamp rather than this village in particular.
Okay. Sorry.
So, do any of us actually? Yeah, that's the point. Do any of us recognize any of the imagery?
Which imagery exactly?
Like the tower, or do any of us sort of recognize any sort of elements from a story or from history or a legend, that kind of stuff?
No, these all feel like genuine, real places, not so much stories or myths. But none of you recognize them.
I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I'd hate to see Griselda, right? You seem very, very chipper and nice. I just hate to see something bad happen to you because we wanted to watch a soap opera. I know you don't know what that is, but wanted to watch a soap opera on the other side of some weird dimensional fuckaroo.
Is that a technical term?
Yes, I read in a very intellectual novel. Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused. Do you want me to pack up and stop doing my fortunes, or do you want to take a card?
No more cards for me. Sorry, it's still ringing in my fucking ear from earlier. Excuse me. So no more cards for me. I will feel terrible if my cards have led somebody to draw a card that leads them to the death. See, I don't want none of that shit on my conscience. So yeah, I would say pack up your shit. Be done with like trying to kill people. I'm sorry, you Netflix and chill first, and then they die in the end. I see where it's going.
Well, I mean, can you make a persuasion roll, please? Because I'm not sure what to do here.
I'm not the most persuasive motherfucker. Yeah.
Unless you are intimidating. If you're intimidating, you can intimidate.
No, I'm not that either.
On a 10, he's sort of like looking to Griselda for the final choice.
I look at her. It's like, you should do it.
Can I cast Charm Person on him?
On who?
The card man.
Yes, certainly.
I grab one of the cards and I hand it to Griselda.
Taking my fucking gold back. Give me slap me that 25 gold back. Indecisive motherfucker. All right, well, I guess we're seeing this right through.
You draw a picture of a words have failed me. A sovereign figure, sitting on a large chair on a dais. They hold in one hand a scepter and on the other hand a set of scales. You are all now standing in this throne room, and this monarch sits on the chair, holding the scepter and the scale. The scale is balanced.
The judicial system at work. A good draw. It's better than killer zombies.
Yes.
I knew I'd be fine. So is it like an actual person, or is it a statue of a person?
It seems to be a normal person, but they've not acknowledged you in any way.
I'll sweep into the most ostentatious bow I possibly can. Your Grace, forgive our intrusion.
The scepter points at you, Marquis, and the scale rocks to one side, then the other, and then settles balanced.
I'll touch on it. Luckily, it's broken.
Is there anything in the scales?
No. Just emptily, they just move as she points the scepter.
And is there any symbols in the tapestry indicating, like, where we're at?
Why don't you give me some sort of roll to check that out?
Yeah, or maybe like a coat of arms, maybe?
Is the scepter still pointing at me?
Mm-hmm.
Can I... Oh, here's.
13.
And I'm gonna jab the cane into his foot and watch the scales to see if they tip.
They tip to your right, her left, for a moment, and then come back up balanced after a short while. What did you check with, Tad?
I did perception and 13.
On a 13, there are stained glass windows and tapestries around. There are also, like you say, coats of arms and suits of armor. None of them, though, are particularly recognizable to you or particularly stand outish. Like, normally a coat of arms is easily distinguishable. These are sort of plain. Maybe just a field of white. Maybe just a field of black.
I just kind of like point at them, like catch my friend's eyes and kind of point at what I see.
Cool.
And I would definitely not recognize any of these coats of arms. I dare say I'll probably be more familiar with them than everybody else.
They're very, very generic. Sort of like the IKEA suit of arms retailer. Just your basic model.
Is there anyone else in the room?
Just this monarch.
Who do you rule over?
As you raise your voice, the scepter points over to you. It tilts to the left, your left, right, for a moment, and then balances.
Well, do you have dominion over us?
No response.
Do we notice what happened when the Marquis abused his manservant?
I would say so. I think he made a point of it. I think if you're all standing around watching, maybe Tad wouldn't have noticed, but everyone else would have done.
Sort of judge of our character, maybe. Is there anything behind? I might just go check and see what's. Dominic's probably going to go check and see what's behind the curtains.
Plain walls. It's almost as though this room is some sort of construct, some sort of entity of its own.
Well,
I might walk right up to the guy and be like, "Hi, I'm Tad. Where are we at?"
As you walk towards the deity, are any of the rest of you moving at this point?
The Marquis probably just wandering around the sort of outskirts, looking at stuff. Just not not the person, just
Investigate.
everything else. Yeah.
I'm gonna stay back there and hide behind Dominic.
So the scepter points towards Tad, and it sits. It hovers to the left, the same way it went with Dominic, the opposite way to the Marquis de Bar when he abused his manservant. And it hangs to the left, and it stays to the left.
I'm a good old goblin.
there's something maybe you could put in there to balance out the scales.
I set my sword on there. See what's
A shining golden light begins to wreath Tad.
Quick, tell some dirty jokes.
I don't like Miss Giselle's cooking. It tastes terrible.
Do you know what? Fuck it. Your god appears to you in front of you, Tad, and says, "Oh, Tad, bless you. That is an opinion, not an insult." And fades again.
Is there like a spider on the floor? I step on a spider.
It tips the tiniest increment towards the right.
It's so hard to be bad. Someone help me.
My dear, you just haven't had the practice.
Yes.
I kick the monarch in the shins. I don't know.
Rip down a tapestry.
Start throwing stuff through the stained glass windows.
As you walk away again, the scepter just returns, and the scales go back to balanced.
I grab my sword.
So are we not setting fire to this place?
No. But put a pin in that.
Good idea.
I don't suppose the
Kind of
monarch
last
has a ring.
resort, that one.
I don't suppose the monarch is what?
A ring.
Is a what?
Has a ring, like a ring on.
I like your thinking, but I mean, she does, but not of the same style you've seen before. These are jewels, not functional rings. There is, of course, so as you guys are looking around at this room, you can see a door inviting at the other end of the room. The door sort of suggests that you may leave at any time.
Is that the only door?
Yes.
Um, the Marquis is gonna turn back to the monarch. A tower by the sea, struck by lightning.
The
A woman calling for her love.
As you intone these two sayings, the scepter doesn't move, but the scales swing to the right before righting themselves back again.
4 graves.
They swing to the right once more.
A ring passed from corpse to victim.
They swing to the right once more.
A killer still active?
The monarch nods.
A victim that we can save?
No response.
Ask the
Someone
group,
must be brought to justice.
sisters? You think she has sisters? I kind of like whisper to the group.
Oh. That's a good point.
A connection between the victims.
Yes.
Like a fight for power. I don't know.
Jack.
Or is it like a reincarnation thing?
Yeah. Well, if we leave, we can't come back. We'll never get back here, can we?
Shakes her head.
I'll say, the Marquis approaches the monarch again, says Jack, louder.
No response.
Is Jack still alive? Oh no, that's not good. Is Jack the bad guy? No.
Is the killer in the tavern?
The monarch's eyes go wide.
Okay. We didn't really get a good look at any of the people in the graves, did we? Like what they looked like if there was a connection.
Not so much.
But we did get a look at the ring. We recognize that.
A simple band of steel. More a symbol than of monetary worth.
So we have someone who died in a tower, someone that got drug out of their room forcibly.
Something, yeah. But then there's 2 others. Like there were 4 graves in the garden, right? A fresh one and then like 3 older ones. So there's like 2 that we haven't seen at least.
And I wonder, someone was impacted by cards and we didn't travel. So I wonder if that is important to this or not. I don't know if that's extraneous.
Well, I kind of think that we should see what the next card holds for us.
Yes,
Anybody's wearing a ring back at home.
As Griselda talks, the scepter swings towards her.
Uh-oh.
The scales swing to the right, then to the left, and then they balance.
Well, Monarch, we'll just be on our way with this information, and then like, will it let us leave?
The door is open invitingly. Yeah, you can leave at any time.
That's what Dominic likes to do.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to ask.
Me neither.
Okay.
Back on the trail.
Okay. So as you step out, you step through the doors of the inn again, and behind you the monarch waits. But as you all step across the threshold, it fades back to the night outside.
That was very strange.
Maybe we should question the dealer.
Certainly.
So, can we look around the room and see if anybody's wearing a ring?
Yeah, sure.
Dominic will assist with that as well. He's pretty keen-eyed.
Uh-huh. Are you just looking, or are you asking, or?
I'm just looking myself.
I think we're just looking, but I guess Griselda would also want to look and see if anybody has like the tan line. Like they aren't wearing a ring anymore. That's a pretty close look.
As you walk around the room, several of the men have rings. This is an old time. People marry young and stay together. All of the rings, though, are of gold or copper or other valuable metals. No iron. The barmaid has no rings, has no tan line. And the barkeep himself, Courteous.
That'll do.
Close enough. He has no ring either.
I might kind of walk around the card dealer guy and see if I notice anything strange, like about what he's wearing or what he has with him.
No, nothing strange. He's looking normal. He wears no ring. He's got like loose cuffs that look as though they need cufflinks, but he doesn't wear any. He's got a rough sort of waistcoat on him, and he's well. It's about time that I was thinking about packing up tonight, to be honest. But by all means, I'll give you your reading if you would like it.
I look at the group, I'm like, should I do it?
Yeah, the Marquino is just sort of sitting back, keenly interested. Not sort of he's not saying much now. He's just sort of looking.
Okay, I put coin down. I'm like, all right, let's do it.
All right, your first card was the Three of Swords, a card of rejection, sadness, and betrayal. Often it depicts pain as a learning experience. Next, you draw the Tower, the bastion of safety. The Tower, a place of safety, but often that safety is fleeting or misconceived. The Nine of Swords, card of nightmares and flashbacks of anxiety. Worrying about things perhaps for too long, or perhaps worrying with necessity. Next you draw the Death card, the card of significant change. The card of perhaps a new career, perhaps time served in jail, something that will significantly change your lifestyle. And lastly, the Justice card. Perhaps a friend you hold close and you are having a disagreement. Something along those lines. Perhaps you disagree on a point, maybe you don't even know it yet, but this argument could come to fruition. It would seem that there is something dark playing on at least one, or if not all of your minds. Something... Well, let's see. 2 swords cards, the Death's card, the Tower. Something dark indeed. Some sort of dark secret one of you holds is soon to bring great change. with the justice card, perhaps one of you has been involved in some smuggling or something, and you are to be held or otherwise. It's always a bit of an unclear picture.
And yet
So,
the images we saw suggested something otherwise. Something nefarious going on.
I just read the cards.
Do the cards ever actually show anything good and pleasant for people when you read them? Like, I don't know, a very nice
Just-
woman and a man getting
Oh.
together.
Yes. Just last week, I read a fortune for a young couple. They drew the death card, also the Great Change card, along with the several diamond cards. I can't remember the exact one, and another card. They came into great wealth. It turned out that due to a change in laws, a development in science, their land had become worth 10 times the amount it originally was.
Wow, that is good. How comes we didn't get any of those? You holding them back there? You got like a VIP hand that you could show us? I'll give you that 25 gold back.
I just read the cards. It's just a glimmer of the future.
Well, shit.
Nothing they see is reflected in reality. It's all in our own minds, then?
I'm not sure what you mean about see. It's just the cards. The cards and the drink.
Just the cards and the drink, which I didn't have any. Made this staff. Just the cards made this staff that poofied in my hand. Eh? Eh?
I'm unsure.
Okay.
I assumed
you
you were
tell-
some kind of sorcerer.
Well, can you tell me, while we were sleeping and walking around, and I forget which exact lovely vision it was, when you made this thing appear in my hand, surely you're a fucking magician too. Can you tell me what this thing does, what it's supposed to represent?
I mean, that is the draconic rune for charming. It would appear you have a staff of charms.
Well, I want to meet the woman of my dreams. I don't want to fucking bop her in the head with a staff of charming and have her say, "Oh, I love you," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, that's easy."
I didn't mean to raise tempers. Perhaps I can appease you with a game of free card Monty.
Nah, not the gambling type. I appreciate that. All right, but you said you got one more in you. Let's. Who? Tad, you say that you wanted to do the last round?
It's up to the team. I could do it if no one else wants to.
I've had my fucking fill of this. I still got a headache.
I'd prefer not to tell any more fortunes tonight. I've made a fair bit of gold. I can see your tempers are growing thin. I would rather return home to my dog. He needs feeding and a walk, you see.
Sure.
I whisper to my team, let's follow him.
It's him.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Go see your dog. Yeah.
He scoops up the card. He puts them into a small burlap, very small, very specifically designed burlap sack that he ties, and puts in his waistcoat jacket. And he doffs his coat, puts on his hat, readjusts it, and gives a wave to the barmaid, and nods to you all, and leaves
Sir.
the tavern.
May I have the pleasure of your name?
Mercurio.
See. Good day, sir.
Good day. And he leaves.
He meant to say Mysterio. I've seen this tricks before.
Well,
Oh, we gotta follow him. What we gotta do, guys?
I trust the vision somehow. I think that there is more in this tavern than perhaps we realize. It's
I
sort of
think-
like we just sit and watch for a while, see what the crowd's like.
And Griselda wants to watch the rest of the party. Because he said it might have been one of us. But she
thi-
wants-
I think the lady may still be alive. I think that may be the our purpose here.
To save her. This could be prevented. Maybe it was the future. To save a damsel.
And she sought help from this Jack fellow. But the protection is fleeting. It's not going to last. He is coming for her, and she will die. Unless we can do something about it.
Well, that would be wonderful.
Do you know that fella right there, when you asked him his name and he said Mercurio, you know, that's awful close to your name, Marquis, or just your title. Maybe he just came up with that on the fly and he has like a surname Jack, or maybe that's his middle name. And I'm just saying, it's awful fucking convenient that he said, oh, Marquis, my name's Mercurio.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. Oh, Dominic, my name's Dominion. Yes, that's my name.
Speaking of this, Dominic's going to stand up and clear his throat. Is there anyone here named Jack? He's just going to like ask out and
Look around.
Tap room.
Look around for responses.
Everyone sort of like looks around.
Jackson?
Jacurio? Do we have
Jacqueline? Nothing?
No one
Oh, yeah.
answers.
Could be a Jackie.
One man sort of says, "I'm a John. Sometimes gets shortened to Jack, but not in my lifetime."
You fucking look at him. I don't know if it's
Dominic ponders how a 4-letter word could be shortened to another 4-letter word.
Yeah. Short for John. Well.
I whispered to one of my group members, I'm like, what if his name was a clue as to which one of us is the person?
Anagram. Backwards. Cadge. Is anyone named Cadge in here?
I'll just make the drinky hands if anybody else starts muttering.
There's are there any women here who are like just like on their own?
Just the barmaid, but she's working.
Well, now I'm curious about that fortune teller. Fen, you've got me thinking. Perhaps there was more.
It seemed a bit fucking convenient, but I'm just saying, I don't know. It's almost as if he came up with it on the fly.
Yes, hiding something. But it could also be one of us. Is anyone here familiar with lighthouses or the ocean?
I grew up in a cave.
I know swamps, but I've never been to a fucking ocean.
You don't have any bodies buried in a garden swamp somewhere? Swamp garden?
Nope. I got swamp water. I had a pet gator. And I didn't bury him. I just pushed him out in the fucking water. Circle of life shit.
Sure.
Voorhees?
Voorhees, do you have a lighthouse, Voorhees?
What's your first name?
Jack, fucking say it.
Denarim.
Boring. I'll just turn away again.
Nothing here. Perhaps the vision lied to us.
I don't believe so. I don't know why, but it stunk wretchedly of truth.
Yes. I feel the same way about it. And this whole, it's just the cards, not me.
I believe he did have a stake in the game after all.
Perhaps so.
Maybe he was expecting us to find this woman for him through our fucking envisionment. And then, give him opportunity to go and do whatever the hell he's going to do.
That test.
I didn't get that impression from him.
No?
Uh, but it, but then again, I've been wrong before.
Yes.
I mean, his name is
Tad.
Marquis. Maybe it's not him. I don't know.
Something about him didn't seem right, though. Maybe it might be worth it just to follow
Well,
for
look,
sure.
look at it this way. I offered him 25 gold to get the fuck out of there. He didn't take it. But he all of a sudden decided, well, it's time to go.
Because
For free.
something was wrong with us. Mm-hmm.
But if he had something to do with it, why would he be showing us what he did?
Maybe he feels confident
Maybe he
or scarily proud of it. Oh.
maybe he needs to show us. Maybe he's still missing something. Was he wearing a ring? Did anybody notice if he was wearing a ring?
I didn't pay attention.
Should we follow him? See if he's gone too far? Ask the
40
bar
years.
if he lives close by.
Mhm. Mhm.
Only if we all go.
And maybe ask if he's
Well, yeah, we fucking
like
hung around for
like
all
a mob of stealthy stalkers. One in a giant powdered wig and a frock coat, tapping along with most of the kids.
I don't know why a Thriller song just popped in my head and all those like zombie women.
Yeah. Does the bartender know anything? Is that what Tad asked?
Oh, Mercurio, yes, he just lives on the houses across the way. If you go across the street, he's the third house down on the left. The one-story house, if you go near the door, knock on the window, otherwise the dog will dive at the door.
And his name's truly Mercurio.
Oh, Mercurio, yes, he's in here most nights fortune-telling. Just last week, he told the fortune of a couple who got real rich and moved away.
I'd heard that.
You remember their name?
Has anything bad happened to people who had their fortune told by him?
Yes, good
Uh,
question.
well, it depends on your definition of bad. Some have been brought to justice.
Do you remember the names of the couple from last time?
Oh yeah, they had a really generic name. One of them names you forget after about 5 minutes, like Smith or Blackmore or one of those sort of names.
What was her name? Do you remember?
Oh, something like Shirley, I think.
Was that man's name Jack?
Oh no. Gregory.
Was one of the people brought to justice? Was their name Jack?
Not a very common name around here, Jack.
No, I'm sure Mercurio is probably way more common.
Oh yeah, we've got two Mercurios. There's another one on the
Yeah.
other side of town, but Jack. Now that doesn't come around until like the 1600s or something. I don't know.
Short for John, real short. Okay.
John, yeah. Some people try to shorten John's name to Jack, but they just get laughed out of town. Really, like, why would you shorten a 4-letter word to a 4-letter word?
Yeah, such a common misconception.
Well, you've been awfully helpful.
I'll put a silver down for the.
Yeah.
You've injected great levity.
Oh well, thank you.
Put a silver down for the bartender.
Thank you very much.
So the fortune teller predicts great wealth for a couple. They come into it, and then I don't know. Something's not adding up.
And they left and lived happily ever after.
Yes.
Well, fuckity fuck. I don't know.
I suppose you
Chasing it.
probably see all sorts around here.
Yes,
Any
we need to his house, find out.
any ladies ever come in sporting black eye, that sort of thing?
Oh, no, nothing like that. We'd soon try and find out why. We don't have much in the way of a watch around here, but we like to sort problems out ourselves. And if anyone was to do anything like that, they'd be that is very frowned upon.
Quite right.
Do you know how far it is to the closest lighthouse from here?
Oh, miles and miles. We're miles away from the sea here. We're way inland.
No, shit. I was thinking maybe it was a local. Or,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it may have been symbolic.
Um, let's check on Home Slice and see if he's.
Just biting his nose. Explain yourself.
Yeah.
Too bloody cryptic.
Maybe he has one of those fucking like little things that little spring things that feeds a card into the deck, all sly like that he. I don't know.
So, are you leaving the pub?
Yeah, probably.
Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so the direction to Mercurio's house are plain and simple. If you were to, how are you approaching the house?
Go and bang in the window. Keep the dog.
Stealthing.
Jump into the door.
Your doggy door.
So as you bang on the window, there's no noise from inside. Looking through the window, you can see a light lit.
Can we sneak up and maybe just peek?
Yeah, the room is empty. There's no sound of the dog, but you can see on the table the top hat and the waistcoat with a pack of cards.
This is the place.
But I
Is
thought he
that-
said to feed the dog.
He did say he had to feed it.
But there's no dog.
Where's the doggy door?
Yeah. Dominic's gonna like tap on the window just a minute, see if like he can provoke a reaction from a dog. You know, like see if he can get a response or something.
Yeah, no response.
This grows curiouser by the minute.
Vicious.
No dog. No sign of Mercurio other than the satchel cards.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself and disguise myself as Mercurio.
Yep, you can definitely do that.
Marquis Mercurio.
Sweet.
I guess I better go in then.
Wow. Yeah, let's do this. I mean, you live here, right?
I'll do now.
That's
And yeah, I'll just open the door. And I'll see if it's unlocked first, I guess.
It's on a latch, but you can lift it.
Yep, I'll do that.
Yeah, as you walk through the door, you can see there are several pegs next to the door, all of which hang empty. Down this hallway, you can see there is a dog bed at the foot of a dog bed leading in, sitting outside the two rooms of this two-bedroom apartment. The front room on the right is the room where it's viewable by the window, and towards the back there is another room.
Where's the light coming from? Sorry.
The room to the front.
Wait, I want to go check out the room where the light's coming from.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I say, in that room there is a table with a single chair. On the table, the top hat sits. The waistcoat is draped over the back of the chair.
Sorry, I'm totally misunderstood then. Yep.
Okay.
The cards are on the table as well.
The burlap sack containing the card is on the table.
No.
I'll pop on my top hat and pocket my cards, and I'll continue exploring the house.
Okay. So there's only one other room. This room serves as a kitchen. There is a larder, one of the latest things, a pump handle sink that can pump water directly from a tank. On the ground there is a dog bowl which is clean and empty, and a dog bowl which is containing water.
Mhm.
On the side there is a jug containing a measured amount of dog food.
So he may have a dog after all. Unless he eats the dog food.
That's dog food. Yes. What's in the room beyond?
So there's two rooms, the front room and the kitchen. Beyond the kitchen there is a backyard. The gate to the yard hangs open.
Oh, didn't you say he was going to take his dog for a walk?
He
Oh,
might
wow.
have. I thought he was
Suddenly the fire lights under the Argo. The large kettle, the fire lights, those flames
on its own.
on its own.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it does that.
You're gonna walk in and be like, must be on the fritz.
Yeah. Well, he's either coming back or probably coming back.
Should we hide?
Okay.
Markio, Marquis, or Marquis Markio, should we hide in the house?
I think I might just have a sit. Get out my cards. I'll start just sort of setting them out in front of me in the front room.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide under a bed or something.
I'm gonna walk
Yeah, that's
around and
fine.
kind of look outside the windows and like try to see if he's coming.
I'll hide under the bed.
Yeah, you can look down the street from the front window, and you can't see him coming down the street. You'd have to go into the yards to see if he's coming down the back alleys.
Nope, I'm not going. Maybe, hey Markio, can you go outside and look in the yard, see if he's coming down the alley? It'll look real cool if he sees himself standing in his own yard. That'll really fuck him.
Might just go stand by the window so I think so a reflection.
Did he see? What do you see?
I guess I will then. I'll go and pop out, have a look.
There's no sign. No sign.
Should we see if there's like a basement or something? Or an attic? People hide weird things in attics.
Sure do.
There's no basement here. This is a single wooden floored ground. It's not hollow.
Was there any sort of like shed or anything out back? Or...
No, just a
Is
plain
there a-
yard.
I'm just gonna start rummaging through his stuff. I'm like opening drawers, opening cabinets. Do I find anything?
Everything's real simple. Simple wooden cutlery, simple wooden bowls. There's not a lot to the place, to be honest. There's a small larder. He has beans and grains in there. The kettle begins to boil, though, from the flame. And as it boils, the steam floats up and forms an image of a top hat.
Oh, I'm so scared. I'm just like frozen in my tracks, like, ah. I
Just
hide,
a
I
top
think.
hat? Or is he like teleporting in through the steam?
This is how he gets his bath.
Yeah.
Gotta steam my trousers in my
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just let it warm up. a
Yeah,
bit.
I'd like to hide.
Yeah, I'm hiding. I'm back into the bed.
Not really anywhere to hide.
Everybody piling into the cupboards.
Wait, but the Marquis wearing the hat, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
They both have one.
I get just the meta D&D guy in me wants to go and fuck with the hat and the steam hat to see if it does anything, but I don't think the Marquis would.
But Griselda goes up to the Marquis and goes, "No, Marky Mark, can I see that hat?"
Certainly. But take it off and
And I guess she wants to investigate it to see if there's anything weird about it.
There's nothing particularly strange about the hat. You can feel around. Give us a roll whilst I describe. It's made of felt and reasonably hard-wearing materials. On the inside, tucked into the brim, there is a four-leafed clover.
lucky fellow. Maybe that's
Very
his
superstitious.
focus? Is that like a focus? I mean, I know that. Not much.
So I guess she's gonna take this 4-leaf clover out of the hat and show it to everybody.
Is it like alive, like a healthy live 4-leaf clover?
It looks as though it's been pressed.
Like to preserve it, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
pressed and then stuck inside his hat.
Ah, he wants to be lucky all the time.
He seems superstitious.
Well, if I bathed in kettle water, I'd probably be pretty fucking superstitious too. All right. So nothing came out of the kettle. Like he didn't appear from the top hat.
No, just forms top hat for a moment.
You think he knows we're here now? Anything else in the bag?
Yeah.
From the front, you hear the noise of a dog bark.
Oh, so bad.
Okay.
We'll be back soon. We'll have answers.
We got the back.
Got the back?
Do we hide or run out? I want to run
There's
out.
not
I'm
that
scared.
much space in here, is there? Run out! Run out!
I run out the back door and I like come to the window and like peek in.
I'm staying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and kind of hide away from everybody else and
Mhm.
just kind of peek towards. So, Marky, you said you were staying in.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you'll be able. He'll see you. He'll see him seeing him. That'll fuck him up. Good. Okay.
All right.
Nothing happens.
He doesn't come in. Did anybody look out the front door?
I just heard the barking.
In the house, a dog noise emanates.
Ghost dog.
Still in the cards.
Marky. Marky. Where's
Yeah?
the dog? Where's the dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do a perception check here, see if I can figure out what the fuck. Or maybe an Arcana check. No, it's perception. I don't suppose I can get advantage on that.
What are you trying to perceive exactly?
I'm trying to see if I'm trying to discern if like this is coming from some sort of hidden compartment that we can't see, or it's illusory.
I'm afraid you have no idea.
Balls.
Oh. So if we wait outside and nothing, like there's no one that comes in, no one that confronts our marquee, like maybe sneak around the front of the house. Is something out there? Like, can we see the main road?
Yeah, you can sneak around to the main road. The main road is empty.
So, Marquis, he's still in the house, right? You're still in the house, right?
Yep.
And there's a dog in there with you.
Nope. Nope.
No dog.
No dog. Well, fuck. Okay, how about we just take his cards?
Yeah.
See what happens when we take his cards.
Let's take them.
Should we draw one?
I've already been setting them out in front of me.
Oh yeah.
Kind of to look as though the way he did it, although I don't know what I'm doing, obviously.
Yeah, okay. You can do that. So you set them out on the table.
Yep.
You know what? A few moments pass. Not much goes on, and then you can hear from down the street an excited barking And come on, Rex, we'll get you back and get you some dinner.
Quickly, take the cards. Don't let them grab them.
Should I grab one? Should I draw one?
All right. I just bundle them all back together again, awkwardly stuff them in the sack.
Okay.
We do.
Where are we hiding it?
He walks past the window, looking across the street towards the pub.
Oh, he heads to the pub?
No, he's just looking that way. You can hear him rattling the. Oh, strange. I thought I put the latch on.
Out the back, man. I go back to the window and peek inside. Oh no, this is so bad.
Okay, I guess I'll come to the front door.
Okay.
Little bit.
So he sort of like pushes the door open. Oh.
This might need a little bit of explaining.
I would appreciate that if you can.
Fancy coming in for a sit? The kettle's just about boiled.
Okay.
Outside the window.
I'll take off the hat and I'll put it on him. The sort of like screw it down onto his head a bit. There we go.
Thank you. Did you replace the 4-leaf clover?
I don't know. Did you replace the 4-leaf clover?
Who had it?
He probably would have put it on the table.
Strange.
Over.
My lucky charm is missing.
Oh, oh yeah. Someone might have been having a look at that. Right. I'm out of tea. And sort of eyeballing everybody through the window, like that's like hiding outside while I'm pouring the tea.
I'm like, hide it. Don't let him look over.
Oh, here it is. It's on the table.
That's strange.
He takes it and tucks it back into the rim inside his hat and puts it back down. What is this, Mercurio?
Nearly. I'll drop it. It's the marquee. Now, this.
What are you doing in my house?
We came to find you.
What? Rex has been like looking at you the whole time, Mercurio, confusedly between the two of you, and as you drop the disguise, he like drops back and.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying just to like.
Oi, Rex, stop it! Just put his food in the bowl for him.
I'll get the scoop and like.
The dog immediately like dives on the bowl and is like.
Alright. Jig is up. Might as well go in.
You know, we had those visions.
No, I've got no idea what you're talking about. What visions?
When you drew the cards, we all had shared visions. And I mean, we all experienced it.
He takes his hat off and he puts it on the kitchen side. He says, "Look, I don't know nothing about it. All right. Some people get different things from fortune telling. Some have got more active imaginations than others. All I know is I read the fortunes. Sometimes they come true, honestly, between you and me. Sometimes I just talk bollocks for a bit and people walk away happy. Okay?"
That's just.
We weren't really shown visions of our fortunes, though.
Yes. They were. It was more like we were being spun a cryptic tale. But
Look.
we were all present. We felt it. This was no hallucination or dream. What? Trust me, I have no idea who these people are. I wouldn't just waltz into someone's house. Well, I may do on a lark, but I have not drunk nearly enough to think that pretend.
Look, can you remember the cards you drew? I'll tell you again what your fortune was.
The first one was the Three of Swords.
Sadness, betrayal, rejection. A
Uh,
lesson to be learned through pain.
The second was the Tower.
You're not safe. You think you're safe, but you're not.
And then there was... was it the Nine of Swords after?
Nine of Swords.
Nine of Swords, nightmares, anxiety. Either something nightmarish is happening, or you're worrying about something you shouldn't, or worrying about something you should.
And the final one,
I know I drew a Reaper.
Reaper, and then the Monarch.
yes.
Right, the Death card, significant change, a great change of status or moral belief, something like that. And the Justice card, that, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's about having arguments and being right and wrong.
So do you think these things happen to the people in the story that we saw?
I don't think it was a story.
Or the real life event? Like someone went rags to riches and justice over them murdering a bunch of people? I don't know.
I think that the cards tell the story of our own night. We started out not knowing what was happening, and only through pain and frustration have we realized that there is no safety, there is no security in Fortunes. And we've had through the nightmare of these images that we've seen, these dead bodies. I don't know what the great change is, but we've broken into a stranger's home. And have woven deep conspiracies around this fortune.
Dominic, would you like...
Only for balance in the end?
Dominic, would you like to roll an insight check on your theory?
Sure.
You do still have an advantage to use.
Oh, okay, I'll use it. All right, come on. Big 7.
Yeah, it could be it.
Reaper asked what was in the drink.
Never asked.
That's just a gimmick. I tell tarots they sell mystic alcohol, and it's just a gimmick.
Is there any dirt mounds? Did we see any dirt mounds? We look out in his backyard.
Not a one, thank you. There's not even any grass.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. No, right.
I don't suppose you know anybody in this town who might fit the description of the tale we just spun?
What? Some sort of swamp man? He looks at Fen.
Yes, a swamp man who is not fond of the ocean. Thank you very much.
But it's
Nor of killing women. Although I could be. If you could find me one, and she doesn't look like she's a killer, then I would just be happy to have her spend time with me and not waste my time on murder mysteries.
Look,
Appreciate
I didn't offer you a murder mystery. I just offered you some fortunes.
Well, I appreciate it at first. You got me a staff. Less floppy than this one, but you got me a staff. But other than that, it just seems like a big old waste of time.
Maybe the staff does something. Can I do a religion check on that staff to see if I know what those runic symbols were?
Uh-huh. Marquis, you also have an advantage to use at some point.
Hold a big fat 3. Let's see here. 5 total. I don't think I know.
5 total. No, not familiar.
Try to use
What
the
if we-
staff.
What if we get a little rough with them?
Patronus.
No.
No? Interrogation techniques? I don't know.
Can I touch the staff and see if anything happens?
Don't point my staff at people. I gave it to you to look at.
I'm just looking. Did I notice? Can I
Kills
like investigate the staff? Is there anything weird about it? I guess.
Well,
like,
except for
it-
the glowing runes. Well, no, it is almost certainly magical, but you can't quite determine how.
I'm gonna walk outside. Is there any trees or anything?
Yeah, why not? There's a tree in the garden.
Okay, I'm gonna like Patronus at one of the trees, see if it does anything. Like, sure thing.
So you see Tad the goblin cleric in the garden just waving a stick at a tree.
Got you.
I'll
Are
get
you-
back in hand of
Are you done with that, Tad?
I tried. I'm trying to
The
solve
only thing I got today, you gotta bust it.
Okay, I'm going to use my advantage and try and insight check him. I'm going to ask him. So, as far as you're concerned, you are just a humble charlatan, and you knew nothing of any of these strange visions we've been sharing.
I prefer the term entertainer.
However,
Do you want to give us that roll?
oh, God damn it.
On a 13, he's being genuine. He's maintaining eye contact. He's addressing your questions directly. He prefers the term entertainer, but yes, he's being genuine.
Take my staff back from Tad. I have an idea. Mr. Entertainer, what happens when you draw a card for yourself? What? Let me stop you there. Why don't you take your cards for yourself, go out by that tree that Tad was just beating with my lovely stick here. Why don't you go out there and stand out there and draw a card for yourself? See what hibbity dibbity happens whenever you draw a card.
Why would I go outside to the tree? This is my house. This is my table.
I don't want fucking going down in here. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen when you draw a card. We just walk out there. Look.
Let's not throw the man out of his own house.
No, we're not throwing him out. Oh, my voice is gone. No, we're not throwing him out. We're just trying to figure out the hell's going on. We're wasting time here. For real. I'm on a mission, and I got a staff. Out of this whole day, I got a staff, and I already had one. So, if you please, Mr. Mercurio, question mark.
Oh, we discovered that is in fact his name.
Yeah, it's common here, apparently. No Johns or Jacks, but we got Mercurios
No,
everywhere.
there is a John. We met him in the bar.
That's true, but we're not allowed to call him. Okay, yeah.
Look, okay, look, I'll just take a card. He just takes a card, he just holds it up and goes, 7 of diamonds, I'm gonna come into some money.
No episodic dream state, hallucinogenic 1970s kind of shit going on in your head right now?
No! It's just a card! Look at it, it's just a card! It's made of paper, he flicks it.
Well, did you know that your fireplace shows top hat pictures?
What are you talking about?
It boils on its own.
And it just turns on like a clapper.
Oh yes, we
So-
didn't set the kettle to boil.
So while he's distracted, I grab his arm and I pick up that card and look at it to see if like it'll suck everyone into the dreamlands.
No, it's just a 7 of diamonds.
Man, take your card.
He says, whenever I take the dog for a walk, I leave the food on the side so I can feed it quickly when I get in. I set the kettle on the stove so that it'll boil quickly. If you've lit the fire, the kettle's gonna boil. That's
Light the fire. The fire lit itself.
And the steam came out in a strange top hat shape.
look. If you lot are all having a good night out, drinking and experimenting, I'm all for it. But you don't have to drag me down with you.
I'm beginning to think you might be right.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's get back to the tavern because
Innocence confirmed.
this guy's fucking. We were really hoping it was going to be simple. Sorry to waste your fucking time.
Behind the tavern.
Mhm.
Oh, why? Griselda's just getting really overwhelmed.
Yeah.
She's like, but why in the light and the fire and the hats?
It's all. We're all. But Finn, you haven't had anything to drink. You saw it.
I saw all the same shit you did, and I didn't drink any of the nutmeg bullshit.
We already said that was bullshit.
Yeah.
That's just a ploy to get us to drink more at the fucking bar. He probably gets a kickback for that.
Perhaps.
All right.
Yes.
Sorry, Marquio, sir. Apologize for invading your home and accusing you of shit.
Thank you. May I
Let's.
go to bed? Thank you.
Yes.
Good night. So I guess if we back to the tavern, see if
Are
we
we,
can
like,
question
all
them.
standing
Go
outside
pick
his
out the
house?
bag.
Yeah.
All right, to the tavern.
Back to the tavern.
I go up to the bar and I'm all like, "What's in the drink?" Tell me.
Oh, hello. Welcome back.
I pull up a stool because I'm too short. I'm like, "What do you guys put in the drink? Tell me more about it."
I forgot my staff. I'm gonna get that fucking guy. Ain't taking the only damn thing I got. All right, I'll go back and grab my staff quick,
Okay.
and then come back. To
Wait for you.
You come back to the bar.
This fortunate couple, do they still live in town?
Oh no, they moved right away. This is just a farming town. No, they moved to one of the capital cities to go and take place where they can buy some land and have people work for them and stuff. I suppose the dream.
I'm sure it is.
As Fen returns with his staff, he walks over to the bar. I suppose, Fen, what do you do when you return?
I'm not drinking that shit, but just trying to figure out. Okay, where's our next fucking lead, so we can be done. I mean, it's taking all fucking day.
But a few moments later, Mercurio marches into the bar. I did it. I did it. I kill women for sport.
So why do you decide to tell everyone?
Where do you put the bodies?
I did it.
Insight check.
Sure.
Kill women for sport.
On a 17, he has been charmed.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
No, you didn't. You, sir, have been charmed.
No, I kill women for sport.
Do you live with anyone?
My dog.
Who's your
Hang on,
boss?
hang on, right, hang
Is his
on.
dog?
friend?
Is his dog with him?
I'm gonna
No.
cast Charm Person on Fen.
Okay.
We need a wisdom saving throw versus your DC. What is your spell DC, please?
It is 13.
What do you want? What are you trying to do to me? You're fiddling around my head.
I'm trying
Sorry.
to figure out why you charmed this man.
I didn't charm this guy.
You have a charming staff and you left. And then
can-
he appeared.
Can I insight check him?
Sure, come inside, check me. Oh, well, I guess I wouldn't be saying that now, would I?
Fen, on a 16, if you're lying, I would say you have to give away a small truth.
Okay. I charmed him. Yes. I charmed him. I'm so done with this bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I am chaotic neutral now, motherfucker. I don't anymore. He saw to that. I will. You know what? It's gonna be over. I want it to be over. So I don't care if this motherfucker did it or not. He's guilty.
But we can't frame an innocent man for a crime he didn't commit.
I'm chaotic neutral now. I can so.
Why did you even?
Do it.
Why did it occur to you to try and make him confess to something? We don't even know
No,
that there really
I just told him that look, you did it. I told him, look, you got to go there and you got to say you did it so we can be done with this. You're never going to do your card tricks at the town again, and we're done. And I get to keep my staff. And I feel dumber.
Can anyone dispel the charm on him, I guess? And maybe we can question him about his friends or contacts that did this to him?
You can have the staff. Fucking hit him again.
Yeah, I'll take the staff and I'll cast charm on Fen.
Staff. Oh man, I can't charm a tree.
You gonna hit me with my own staff?
Damn right.
We'll go for another wisdom save. I'm not sure the DC on the Staff of Charming, but I can find out.
Probably not that. Fucking hit me with my own staff, you son of a bitch. I take the staff from him. Look, dude, I was trying to tell you to hit the guy, not me. You're a fucking asshole.
It's all very exciting and confusing.
I liked you. I even liked the way you were, not really nice, but kind of nice to your manservant. And then you were a dick to him, and now you just fucking whopped me in the head with my new staff. Fuck yeah, you ain't holding this no more. I'm a...
Now I just feel guilty.
But why would you charm him?
Because I'm done. I want Tad to come with me and help me complete my mission, my goal, my quest.
We don't even know
I can't
somebody's
make someone go to jail who didn't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It actually wasn't that hard, really. It only took like a minute and a half. I'm just saying. I did.
Well,
I mean, I'm not a bad guy. Look, I'm not one for wasting my time. I'm looking at the sundial here, and it's telling me that we just spent all day running through hoops. I'm done running through hoops. I'm gone.
Mercurio is innocent, and I speak for
but he didn't get a hold up. He ain't gonna die or anything.
I mean, no one here seems to be concerned about any crimes. When
no one else gave a shit. They just think, oh, fucking oddball from down the street just came back into fucking in the bar, and he's just all hopped up on something, and he's just running his mouth. It's not like anybody was like, all right, who's the murderer? I just wanted him to say that so we could be done, and now he's done doing his doing his business.
Well, but Mercurio, all right, what's he doing while this is happening?
He's still standing there, and if anyone questions, I did it.
All right, so maybe I went a little overboard. He's a one-liner now, but can I stop it? Can I shake the step, stop the charm?
Yeah, what the bloody hell did you do that for? I was going to bed.
I'm sorry, but you wasted my fucking time, and now I had to get you to come here and waste more of my time.
You strangers are bloody mad. I told you your fortune to waste time in a leisurely manner. That's my job.
It wasn't leisure. All right, well, I'm done. Have a good sleep.
He storms out of the pub.
Voorhees. Now, what I'm about to do is write down all these details that I want you to take to the pin board in town, and hopefully some adventurers will come and solve this mystery. I'm gonna chronicle exactly what's happened here.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I feel like the fires in the investigators' hearts are dying as we get to the end of the night, no wiser than when we began. If there was a mystery at all.
Dominic is convinced the mystery is.
I think Fenn's done. He's done with it. I'm not wasting any more of my time. I got shit to do.
Minimum.
So, as Fenn walks out of the bar, he's just leaving. Never mind, Tad. I don't need your services. I'll take care of it myself. I have taken care of it myself before. And as he's walking out of the bar, he's gonna put the ring on his finger.
I was about to say, boys, follow that man.
So as Voorhees follows that guy, I think this is where we're going to wrap up. And we will wrap up first with the people in the bar, and then with Voorhees and Fen at the end. So we'll go anti-clockwise around the clock, where we went clockwise before. So we'll start with Kelly. Kelly, why don't you tell us your theory on what happened today? Your favourite part of the one-shot, where we can find you online, and all the things you get up to, because we want to find out more about you.
Okay, sorry. I'm still processing. You can find me online on Twitter at A. Lane. My favorite part of the one shot, I think Mercurio confronting Mercurio and just being like, okay, this is where we're at. It was pretty great. I've been laughing like the last 20 minutes. And Griselda, I'm not gonna lie, Griselda was suspicious of Fen the second there was swamp murder.
Oh yeah.
Like, but she couldn't, like, there wasn't a way to call him on it, right? So I think the theory what was going on was that Ben was constantly looking for new love, and then he killed them and buried them in.
Ooh.
That's the theory.
He was working on.
And
But Fen was doing such a good job.
and so Kelly, where can we find you online, and what do you get up to?
Yeah, so on Twitter you can find me at A. Kelly Lane. I mostly just join in on D&D games, a lot of one-shots online, so you can just find me channel hopping on Twitch. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see a lot of D&D stuff and a lot of me complaining about my actual job.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So next is D&D Elise with the same questions.
Oh, hey. I think my favorite part was getting blasted out of the tower by lightning, and then you being like, oh, Dad's just outside, like, waving a stick around at a tree. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it was, like, Marquis or Fen or something else. I don't know. And now I'm like, I want to know what's going on. So tell us. Anyway, I work at the RPG Lab. I host panels every Saturday. This weekend, I'll be hosting a panel with some more awesome DM Guild Raiders. I also DM at the SSTT RPG every once in a while. My next one shot will be an Everon themed one shot. Yeah, that's it. Find me at D&D Elise on Twitter, and I'm a Grip of the Green on Twitch. Thanks for having me.
Lovely, thank you so much. I'm just getting those links in chat for you. And next up we have Call of the Deep, Andy.
Yeah, I'm Call of the Deep pretty much everywhere. I draw pictures of stuff. Mostly buttocks.
Yeah, I actually Tool School commissioned you for a piece of artwork for one of my characters a while back. Yeah, I really loved it. It was really great.
Oh, awesome! Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. And your theory?
I missed the bit about the swamp murders. I think I was dicking about, and I saw, like, I didn't put two and two together then. But I think when at one point you said you said it might be someone in the group. And the only one that was really shifty was Fen, apart from me. And yeah, the I'm gonna be laughing that I kill women for sport for days.
It's me. I did it. I kill women for sport.
Yeah, so the Marquis is in this on the same page as Griselda. Especially towards the end, where it was just like manically flapping and trying to get away from anybody that was looking too closely. Like the Marquis would happily send his manservant to tail him.
Okay, brilliant. So we'll skip you, Fen, as you're not with the group at the end. We'll go instead to the real Jim Davis.
I think probably my favorite part was me breaking in to Mercurio's home. This poor hapless fortune teller who's like, I just mess with people and like make their lives a little bit more interesting, and just like, these 5 randos like breaking in his home. Who is it? Where is he? Where are they hiding the bodies? Like just like ramped up the paranoia of it. It's really fun because it's like there's a lot there was enough ambiguity to kind of like, is it Finn? It seems like it might be because there's sort of a connection between love lost and what he's saying, but at the same time it's like could be someone else. Very fun there. I am the other half of WebDM. You can come see us on YouTube most Wednesdays, definitely by Thursday, and we also have our Twitch channel where we're playing on Tuesdays and Thursdays 6 Central, and then Sundays at 1 Central for RPGN. So yeah, come check us out.
Fantastic, thank you so much. And so lastly then, away from the group, Voorhees follows Fen. Kyle.
Oh, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. As soon as I get somewhere dark and ominous, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. He's not a bad guy. He's just misunderstood by himself. And now he's chaotic neutral. Such a beautiful touch. Because he was very meticulous about how he went about things. All right, so I apologize to the other players because I've been doing shit to fuck with this the entire time, and it should have been easier than it was. So yeah, Fen, he's always looking for true love, and you know, he goes out and he looks for true love, and he thinks he finds it. He brings her back. She doesn't realize how controlling it is in the swamp, and it doesn't work out. He's got to bury them and go on and move on, try to find true love. You know, it's a classic tale. So yeah, and he started shitting when that was his wife in the swamp in the room, so he just dove out the window. That was like my favorite. I was actually starting to get nervous.
You didn't get a vision when you drew cards. Okay, I see.
Holy fuck already.
Makes sense
He
now.
jumped out the window. What's my I was really trying, Fen was really trying to put it on the fucking the card dealer guy. It's like, I don't know how the swamp, yeah, of course. Sure, put a fucking swamp in there. Put long loss and love. Sure, I'm fucked there. Okay. Oh, but my the most interesting part for me as a player, never had to do this before, is shut the fuck up when we were in the Hall of Justice and I couldn't say a fucking word because the thing's gonna point at me. And then you scale, whoa, way down.
That was my favorite part of the one shot, was the Justice Court. I've never seen Kyle wiggle so much. Like,
yeah, and then I messaged him like just walking behind people, so just in case it happens to point or I say something on accident, it points at the person in front of me, like, there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, all the bullshit inside the guy's house was I was trying to make it look like it was him, and I wasn't doing a very good job. He wouldn't get alone with him. I was trying to get him to go out to the tree, and maybe I could zap him by himself, and he'd come back and be like, "Oh yeah," like he said, I kill women for sport." It would have been a little more believable if I was there with you guys. So yeah,
that was the best bit of like, I'm gonna go back for my staff, and then you whispered me saying, "I want to charm him to come into the bar and confess." Okay.
I figured there's got to be some closure for us. We can't just be like, oh, spend the whole thing and there's no closure. So that's got to.
I couldn't figure out if it was actually a real thing or not.
Yeah, me too. I was like,
Laid it on nice and thick. I kill women for sport.
Like throw our fucking scarves over our shoulders, and that's the end of that chapter.
Yeah, that's what he was hoping. Well, Fenn's at 8 intelligence now, thanks to the fucking cards. So he's really think the end product of that the whole way through. But
Hey, deck of many things, you know. It
yeah,
happens.
it was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Great
what
game.
about where we can find you, though, Carl?
Oh, I'm at Stalwart Geek on Twitter, and I'm horrible at social networking, so I'm not on there a whole lot. But yeah, I run a community called Stalwart Initiative and a Twitch channel, same name, and I'll put the link to the Discord then. But yeah, I try to get in here with Scrat like every other week or so, and just player for whoever on the internet. Love DMing too, but just the relaxed nature of playing. I love getting that in when I can. So yeah, you can check me out there, and if not, I'll be back here.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. I think, yeah, I've done everyone. It's my turn. So guys, here are my social links. Like I say, my favorite part of the one shot was definitely the Court of Justice. I was trying to stop myself from pissing myself laughing as I saw Kyle fidgeting and sweating, and it was a beautiful thing. Yeah, there are my links. Discord, I've got a great little Discord community. I've gathered a lovely inclusive like family feel group of people who will help you learn to play D&D if you want to learn playing D&D. They won't preach to you if you already know a bit, but they will talk to you if you're interested. So it's a great place to be. On Twitter, if you want a game, I play games with new people all the time. So pop me a follow on Twitter, send me a DM, and we'll get you in the diary. I think at the moment we're full up during the week until September, but with weekend games come up every now and again. And I have a Patreon and some merchandise, which are at these links, and I appreciate all the support that you guys give me, so thank you very much. As for scheduling this week, this is the last game of the weekend, so Monday through Friday, I'm going to be tomorrow, in about an hour's time tomorrow at 8 PM EST, I'm going to be running episode 1 of the new Shadows of Mist on City of Mist campaign. Tuesday, we're back at 1 PM EST with Wizards and Wardrobes, where we get the aftermath of Ahmed's death. On Wednesday, we've got Kiana Essin to do the Face Shot One Shot Wonders at 3:30 PM EST. Thursday, I'm over on Encounter Roleplay, playing City of Mist again. And then on Friday, I've got a game at noon with Quinn Sowers and another game at 6 PM, which I'll be DMing. So that's my week. We are going to go across, and we're going to say hi to Slade at Crit Dice Gaming. He's a good friend of the channel. He's in the Wizards and Wardrobes one shot. He probably got the roughest side of that. Just because he's so fun to mess with emotionally. So there you are. Yeah, thank you so much, all of you guys, for coming along. When we go into the raid channel, appreciate if you guys flooded his chat with Scrat Hypes. If you don't have the emote, just type it, because, you know, it makes people smile. So raid it up. So thank you guys. Remember to keep evoking emotions, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Bye.